Unit 4. You will hear students talking about how urban sprawl has changed their hometowns.
Professor White's lecture about urban sprawl was really interesting. I grew up in the countryside and we had to drive about half an hour to get to the nearest store. Can you believe that I had never been to a suburb during the early 1990s? In fact, I'd never been to a big city before I was 15 years old.
Really? Wow, that's amazing. I grew up in the suburbs and went into the city a lot. It was very easy to get to.
Yes, me too.
Okay, so Professor White wants us to make a timeline about how our hometowns have changed over the years. I think we should start by thinking about what our towns looked like during the 1950s. We can research photographs and other documents to find out about how our towns have changed over the years.
Well, I know that my town used to be all farms. Then a train station was built, and people started to move there because they could build bigger houses. Oh, and it was close enough to the city for people to commute to work. After about 4 years, there were streets full of people, and stores started to open. Then, during the 1970s, more and more roads were built, and more people moved in. In fact, that's where my parents bought their first house. And they still live there today.
Really? And has the town changed a lot since you were a kid?
Well, there has been a lot of new development further north of the city. There are many new roads connecting those suburbs to the city, and there are a lot more people living in the area. There's a lot more traffic now, and more farmers are selling their land. The countryside is being turned into houses.
And is the train station still there?
It is, but a new train line was built in 2010. The old train station has been turned into a museum of the town's history. Actually, I should start my research there.